But one person we want to bring up is not only committed as an educator, but he's also committed to this community. He's a member of our board of directors as well as chief of staff for the Knox County Schools. And so please join me in welcoming Dr. Clifford Davis to the podium.
So I've been told that we have 90 inductees here today, along with 64 second and third year scholars representing 21 high schools. That is huge. This is a great testament to the work that's being done by the Knoxville Area Urban League in its efforts to support our young people of color in their academic pursuits. So what I want to do this afternoon is just start out by asking inductees, how many of you are excited about being selected for the National Achiever Society? How many of you are excited about that? I should see every hand. I should see it at least 90 hands go up. And so, okay, so good. You should be excited. This is a great honor for both you as well as your parents in terms of it recognizes you as some of the best and brightest students we have in our community. The purpose of the National Achievers Program is to encourage students of color to excel both academically as well as culturally. And as I said earlier, there are 90 inductees here today, 64 second and third year scholars representing 21 different high schools, and all of those students have achieved a 3.0 GPA or higher. That deserves a round of applause. I've been told that in the next few years, about 80% of the jobs in Tennessee and across the country will require some post-secondary education. That means that in order to get a good paying job, that means that our students are going to have some sort of certificate beyond high school. They're going to have maybe an associate's degree or maybe a 4-year degree from some college or university. So as inductees and scholars, you have a unique opportunity through the National Achievers Program to become prepared to become college and career ready and to prepare you for that post-secondary education. Now, through the National Achievers Program, inductees, you really are going to have the opportunity to have college visits. You're going to receive help developing your math and your writing skills and preparing for the ACT. And for those of us that know a little bit about college, we know that the ACT is the gateway to getting a college degree, and that's important. Also, the folks that are participating and overseeing the National Achievers Program, they are going to encourage you to take advanced placement courses, honors courses, dual enrollment courses, a number of college credit courses, and the list goes on and on and on. And so this afternoon, what I want to do, inductees and scholars, I want to spend a few minutes just sharing some words of wisdom. I want to give you a charge as you move forward from today. So I have three pieces of advice that I'm going to share with you this afternoon. The first piece of advice is make the most of your time in high school. Make the most of the opportunities like the National Achievers Program. Okay? Make the most of those opportunities. The second piece of advice that I want to share with you this afternoon is you need to work as hard as you can. And the third piece of advice that I'm going to talk to you about is aim high. You never know where you're going to land. Now, let's talk about that first piece of advice. Make the most of your time in high school. Make the most of the opportunities that are presented to you. Now, high school, this time that you're in right now in high school, it is going to form the foundation that you're going to build upon for your post-secondary education. This is where you start developing lifelong habits. I remember growing up, small town in Alabama, Marengo County, Alabama, going through elementary school. I was at the top of my elementary school class, okay? Went through there, breezed through, no problems. Went on to junior high school, at the top of my junior high school class. Breezed through, no problems. I just did what came naturally. Went on into high school, again, no problems in high school, graduated at the top of my class. All right, so I was at that point in time, I was a big fish in a little pond, in Marengo County, Alabama. Went on to Alabama A&M University. For those of you that know a little bit about that university, it's a historically black university with about 5,000 students. I went on there, excelled, did exceptionally well. Again, I was a big fish in a little pond. My wife and I met, my girlfriend and I met, and we got married, and then we moved to Tennessee. And all of a sudden, I'm here in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I really want to further my education, so I wanted to get a degree, get a master's in mathematics. So I started working on my master's degree in mathematics from the University of Tennessee. And so I started the program and went into UT. UT is a university of about 25,000 students. And once I started that Master's of Mathematics program, I quickly discovered that I was a little fish in a big pond. I thought that I was a smart fellow. I was smart in Alabama, in a small town in Alabama. I was smart in elementary school. I was smart in high school, smart at Alabama A&M University. But when I went into UT, I discovered that I was the only smart person in the house. There were lots and lots of smart people at the University of Tennessee, so I was a little fish in a big pond. And so one of the things that I really started to think about in that program down at UT is, why didn't I make more of the time when I was in elementary school? Why didn't I make the most of the time when I was in junior high? Why didn't I make the most of the time when I was in undergraduate? Why didn't I take advantage of all those opportunities that were afforded me? And so my advice to you is, make the most of the opportunities that are presented to you. Make the most of your time in high school. Believe me, scholars, and parents, you can attest to this, you're going to blink and you will be coming across, 4 years will have gone by in high school, and you're going to be coming across that stage at Thompson Bowling Arena. You will be coming across the stage at your high school gymnasium. You will be coming across the stage at your football field for commencement. That time will have come and gone. And so make the most of your time in high school. Now, the second piece of advice that I want to offer the inductees and the scholars today is, work as hard as you possibly can. Take as many honors courses, AP courses, dual enrollment courses, college courses. Take as many of those as possible. Again, I told you about my experience at the University of Tennessee working on my master's in mathematics. That was one of the hardest things. I have a bachelor's degree from Alabama A&M University in mathematics. I got master's from UT in mathematics. I got an EDS. I got a doctorate, all those things. But that master's of mathematics, that was one of the hardest things I have ever done in my career. I recall going into that program, and one of the things that I met up against at that time was abstract algebra. For those of you that know a little bit about mathematics, abstract algebra, it is a difficult concept to tackle. But I went into that and I struggled, and then all of a sudden I wasn't the top of the class, and so I wanted to give up. I wanted to just say, I called my wife. I picked up the phone after a class of abstract algebra and called my wife and said, look, I'm done with this program. I quit. I don't have to put up with this. I'm better than this. I'm smart. I don't have to deal with this. And my wife told me, no, you're not. You're going to go back. You're going to complete that program, and you're going to move forward. Well, needless to say, I went back, buckled down, graduated with my master's in mathematics, and did well, and it's a huge accomplishment for me. And so I said all of that to say this to you scholars. You're going to encounter difficult classes. You're going to encounter difficult teachers. You're going to encounter difficult peers. The truth is the truth. It is what it is. You're going to encounter all of those things. And what I'm telling you today is, and you probably won't think about this tomorrow, but at some point along this journey, you're going to remember what I've said. You need to make sure that you stick to it. Whatever it is that you are doing, don't give up. When things get difficult, when people get difficult, persevere. Keep going. And eventually you will succeed. And so I'm saying this to you today. I'm not saying that you can't have fun, that there's no time for fun. I'm not saying that. What I am saying to you today is you need to be intentional about your time in high school. You need to make sure that you have a balance. And what I mean by that is you can have some fun, but also work hard as well. And those folks that have balance, those folks that are intentional about balance, those folks are successful. So I've already given you 2 pieces of advice. The final piece of advice that I want to give you today is to aim high. You never know where you will land. I never dreamed when I was growing up, small town, rural Alabama, I never dreamed that one day I would be the chief of staff for the Knox County Schools. I never dreamed that, never thought about that. But along the way, I've had people that have encouraged me. I've had a number of mentors along the way that really have pushed me and helped me grow and develop over the years. And so what I'm saying to you, you have the support of the National Achiever Society, you have the support of the Knoxville Area Urban League, you have all sorts of opportunities. So there is no reason why you can't be prepared for and succeed in college and beyond college. Again, as I said earlier, you have all sorts of supports. You got great administrators, great teachers. You got the Knoxville Area Urban League behind you. So there's no reason for you not to succeed. Now, at this point, I'm about to close, and I want to leave you with a challenge. I'm not going to explain this to you. I'm going to leave this for you to talk with your parents about, talk to your teachers about, talk with your administrators about. But this is my challenge for you all as inductees as well as scholars. My challenge to you is don't let today be the ceiling for your accomplishments. Congratulations, inductees and scholars. Job well done.